Here's a cheap head-mounted light that I bought on the internet because I saw Big Clive reviewing it, and his review wasn't too complimentary about it, but I got two of them for £10, and it has a light on the front with a big strip there. There's a full intensity, half intensity that flickers on the camera but not real life. You've got a side beam there, a blue side beam at full intensity, then half intensity. You can see that goes down there. So that's the big spread one. That's half intensity. Then you've got the beam and the half beam, which flickers. It's also got this cool thing where if I press this button here, it should, there you go, it turns on and off if you wave your hand in front of it. And that's useful, say, if you're working and you just want an occasional splash of light without having to touch the side there. Now, the headlight is mounted at the side, which isn't great. Which Big Clive did point that out, and he said the beam of it's pretty rubbish. He also pointed out the battery capacity isn't great, but it's two of these for tenner, so it's not too bad. It's rechargeable via USB-C, so big yay for that. It's behind this. I can't get it out here. There's a flap here that, oh, I've turned it all on. There you go, USB-C connector in there. Turn it off again. It is waterproof. Oh, and it does have an emergency disco mode. I don't know why it has that, but it does. I say two of these for a tenner. So I'm going to take it out tonight and run with it because I'm not interested in this stupid light at the side, which is useless. I'm interested in this big strip at the front because I think it's going to give amazing wide illumination. In fact, Big Clive said he did when he tested it, but frankly, he was more interested in the beam, which this isn't good. I mean, if you want a beam, this is my proper running light, which is far more heavy. It's got a massive battery compartment at the back, but this thing is the absolute, it's dimmable. It does all sorts of, it's not dimmable apparently. It should be dimmable. It usually is dimmable. There we go. There's the dimmer. There's the dimmer. But this thing cost the earth, and it's got a brilliant beam. I think it's about 50, 60 pounds, something like that. But it's got this massive battery pack on the back of your head the entire time. I'm interested to see how this cheap and cheerful light is for a quick run in the dark, and it is pitch black out, how well it illuminates, because I think rechargeable kind of thing, it's good for a short run. Not going to have the battery life of this. This thing goes on forever, and as I say, it's dimmable, so you can kind of adjust the brightness infinitely. Don't know how waterproof it is. I assume it's pretty waterproof, but it does flap around in the front of your head. Anyway, let's try this in the dark and see how it gets on. So, here I am on my run. It is 0 degrees with the sea breeze here. It is feeling far colder than that. This is what the beam's like. You can see the frost over there. It's not great. We just turn it off there. That's the big strip light. It doesn't look bright on the camera. It gives you loads of illumination around the area. That's full intensity. I won't run while I'm doing this. That's half intensity, which is good enough if you want to save battery. That's full beam. That's low intensity beam. I'll do disco if you want to. There you go. Won't do it for long. But yeah, the full strip is quite nice. I'm timing how long the battery lasts on this full strip, but it gives you really good illumination around. The camera really doesn't do it justice here as I run along. Sorry for the audience. Not great. Oh, it's cold. It's cold. But yeah, I'll see how well it lasts. It also lights me up quite well because it gives you a nice spread. Yeah. Anyway, that's how long it lasts. Right, okay, I'm a couple of miles out. It's very, very icy. I'm in the middle of some sand dunes. There's the cliff edge. And you can kind of see what the problem is with this wide spread of light. So the camera is adjusting. That you can't see too far into this. It's lovely all around you. You've got a lovely pool of light all around you. But I can illustrate this by putting it into the beam, suddenly I can pick out details with the beam. I can pick out there, I can pick out where the edge of the cliff is there, over there. See, I thought that was the edge of the cliff there. Actually, it might well be. It's the edge of a cliff, but not the cliff. Oh no, yeah, it is. The beach is down there somewhere. You see, that's the problem with the spread of light. The spread of light works fantastically when you're running around an urban area and you've got a little bit of ambient light around you and you're just kind of avoiding cars and need to be seen. As soon as you're out here, I mean, I wouldn't use this light, I would use my other light, which picks out stuff better and has a far better and longer reach. So this isn't too bad, it's picking up bits over there, but yeah, it's the big light I've got is what I'd use to run out on the sand dunes. And then, but this spread is fantastic around town. Or if you just want to, you're coming in on twilight and you want to have a lightweight head torch with you, because it weighs far less. I don't really even feel it's on. Oh, well, I've got a hood on, but you know, the other one, you can really feel it kind of digging into the back of your head. So I'm going to run around a bit more. So I've gone out of focus, it has, sorry. And I'll give you my conclusions when I'm back at base, when my nose has stopped running, because it's really, 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 really cold. So I'm back from my run, and here I am with my light. And how did I get on? Well, you saw that it illuminates around you when you use the strip on the front, although it doesn't define objects very well, especially if they're a bit further away. The beam is pretty useless, although it was helpful for getting off the beach when I need to see where the exit was in the pitch black. That was quite good. The entire band is made of rubber and foam, which is a little bit sweaty when you're out running. And how was the battery life, I hear you ask? Well, as you saw, I was running it mainly on the strip outside, with occasional use of the beam there, but pretty much 95% on the strip, if not more. And I got 2 hours and 22 minutes out of it, out of the battery pack that you can see just inside there. Can you see that there? It's all in there, which is short of the 5 hours minimum the eBay listing gave, but you know, eBay listings, right? Helpfully, when the battery's running out, the little light flashes on the side to tell you it's running out, although you're not going to see that. Although, actually, I noticed towards the end, the strip started to dim as the battery ran out. So you got an indication it is out. You'd presumably always charge this before you take it out. The rubber picks up dirt very, very easily, which might be a concern for you. I don't know. It's kind of soft touch rubber, but it's comfortable to wear. As I say, a little bit sweaty. Is it a competitor for a proper running light like this? No. The lens on there is horrifically awful. It's a bluey light, but really the star of the show is the strip. Say you go out running on a winter's afternoon and it's light and you don't want to lug one of these around with you, but you know it's going to be getting dark when you're getting towards home again. This is really small and light. It can go in your pocket, it can go on your head. You don't really notice it on there. It gets you seen by other road users, and it illuminates nicely using that strip, and the cost is £10 or £12 for 2 of them. And I've been using this at home in the winter evening outside, just doing general tasks, because usually I'd stick this on or go outside with a torch, but actually you can stick the strip on and you've got this lovely pool of light all around you. It's such a difference when you've got a beam moving with your head and it's dark all around the other side of you, outside the beam. This actually just gives you a massive kind of splash of light. Nowhere near as bright as this, but great for just kind of general tasks. And as I say, running through the roads with kind of lights from the houses, it was really good. It was only out on the dunes where I really needed to find where the edges of things were so I didn't fall off cliffs, that it wasn't so good. And yeah, the beam is better for that. As I said, I really don't like this beam because it just gets obscured by the band and anything else, and it's just a really nasty, cheap lens. But as I say, for £12, you really can't go wrong. Just know its limitations, know why you're buying it. And I can understand why Big Clive doesn't like it, because he wants a beam and a big old beam to work with, one of these, and that is pretty horrible. But if you're going to find this strip useful, which I really do, then I can highly recommend one of these lights, which can be found on eBay as a Night Buddy, whether that's a brand name or something, I don't know. But yeah, Night Buddy on eBay. I'm not going to give any affiliate links or anything like that because I don't do that. Just go and find one. 10 to 12 quid for two. Not bad value for money, really. Badly inserted jump cut. Because I found out a little gotcha when I've been charging this head torch. And that is, if you use USB-C, i.e. like that, to USB-C in there, it won't charge. Presumably it's a negotiation thing, that USB-C requires some kind of negotiation between the devices, and this is too dumb, so to speak, to have it. So these power banks are going, well, nothing's connected. You have to use USB-A, there, the big old connector, to USB-C to charge. It's a small gotcha. It's not the end of the world, unless you don't have any USB-A to USB-C charge cables. But yeah, it caught me out because I sat here doing absolutely nothing. I've got different power supplies out, two different power banks here, and eventually, yeah, USB-A to USB-C actually works.